Okay, so in my most recent Ipsy package, I got this eyeshadow palette from Laura Geller, and I'm wanting to incorporate that in my look today. And if you didn't see that video where I showed it off, here are all the colors. We've got eyeshadow from here to here, blush, and then highlight. I have some other blush that I might use for this look, but I'm gonna decide that later when I get to it. And to be a little extra, and because it's here, I'm going to use this Milk Hydro Primer, and I'm just going to use that as an eye primer. I realized I wasn't actually doing that where you could see, but I've got that on, and because it's such a wet primer and like kind of sticky, I'm going to let it dry before I start applying eyeshadow. So while we wait for that, I'm just going to apply eyeliner, which you also won't see me doing. I'll just cut through it. But I'm going to be using this eyeliner. Okay, here's how that looks. And I just wanted to use that one because I haven't used it in a very long time, so I figured it needed some love. While we still wait, this is the other blush I'm considering. It's 2 cream blushes and a cream highlighter. And honestly, I prefer cream blushes, but I kind of also want to give that one time to shine. I say that, and I haven't used this one much, so it's a 50-50 as to what I'll use. Okay, so I think my primer has dried enough. So what I'm going to do is go in with this shade. It is Sweet Tooth, and I'm going to use that as a base. And aside from swatching this, I've never used this eyeshadow palette. A lot more fallout. A lot of fallout. I hope you could see me apply this at first. So I could be a little extra with the look and use the purples, but I don't think that really goes with what I'm wearing. So I'll just do kind of like an everyday look. What I'm thinking about doing is doing... This is such an almost awkwardly long palette. Thinking about going in this color with the crease, and then this color down here below it in the outer corner. And that was caramel as the lighter color, and licorice. I didn't know that was how licorice was spelled. That's weird. Anyways, licorice is the darker color. Okay, so this obviously, or I don't know how obvious it is on your end, but on my end, I'm gonna need to blend a little bit better, but I'm gonna save that till the end. Can you see the dust? Like I said, the fallout is crazy. Okay, because I want you to see just how much powder comes up, I'm gonna try and not dump it all. But can you see that? I hope you can. This. I don't know if it's a complaint yet, but it is kind of funny right now. Here, can you see it on the brush? Stop focusing on me. Focus here. There's all the extra dust from just a couple of swirls on the color. Okay, well you can see the fallout here. Okay, and I'm gonna take a little blendy brush. I'm gonna try and soften and neaten this up. I'm gonna get the base color that I used and try and blend this a little better. Okay, so that's not working, so I'm going to try and get some powder and try and do that to soften it up. I saw where that works sometimes, so here's hoping. I think it worked. It took some finagling, but I think it's an improvement. And if it's no difference whatsoever, well, at least I feel better about it. Okay, and because of course I want to use shimmer, I'm going to go in with peanut brittle. Okay, that's it for that palette for now. I know I'm going to use the highlighter later, but I don't know. I still haven't decided which blush I want to use. So I was actually fairly prepared to record this video. However, I just realized I am missing my brow stuff, so I'll have to grab that later. But for now, I'm going to be going in with mascara. Okay, so I do have a little bit of cleanup that I need to do with mascara, but please tell me how I got some right here. They don't go down that far. How did that get there? What do I want to do next? I guess it's time to decide which blush I want, and I want the cream blush. Took a long time to decide, yeah? It's this one. I think the palette name is Think Pink, but just in case, I'm showing you the back, and I really hope you can read it. So if you like the results or you like the colors, you can look it up to find it on your own. Okay, so I was thinking about using this color, and I think that'd be nice for this look. But I kind of want to try this one because it doesn't look like I've used it at all. It doesn't look like I've even really swatched it. It kind of does, but it looks like that's all that's been done. So I wanna try that one out. It says the shade name is Subtly Pink, and it looks anything but. Like, show me the subtlety in this. All right. And I haven't used this palette in so long, so I don't know how much is necessary. So this could be way too much or not enough. It looks like a lot though. Let's see. And I'm just gonna use my hand. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. It's cute. You know, if I get it blended in right. It's kind of giving sunburnt. I think I'm gonna have to wipe it off and try again, but I do like it. And I kind of want to use a brush too because my hand wasn't working. Okay. A lot less. A little bit there. and a little bit there. And to try and make it look just a little bit more natural, I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose. A little bit. I think this would have looked better had I like put on concealer on my cheeks, because like I do have some uneven tones. And I thought about doing that today, but well, we're here. I didn't really feel like it. I don't really like how foundation in general feels on my face. So like if you know of a primer or foundation that feels non-existent almost, please let me know. Okay, so since we just did blush, I want to go ahead and do the highlighter as well. And we're using the cheek eyeshadow palette again, and we're going in with this. It's the shade Gummy Bear. Okay, so that's highlight done. I'm really liking the blush the more I look at it. It does give like a summer vibe to it. It's like a little bit of pink, on your cheeks. Like you've been out on the beach, sitting in the sun. That's how it makes me feel, at least. Okay, and I've got a few lip options that I'm gonna swatch, so let me do that real quick. Okay, so we've got a few different types of options. We've got a lip gloss, we've got a liquid lipstick, we've got a sheer lipstick, and we've got like a regular like tube lipstick. Honestly, thinking about this one. And that shade, I don't think showing it off as a swatch does it the justice it needs, but it is Black Honey from Clinique. Here's how it looks. I know I've shown this off before, but in case you haven't seen that video, I'll show you. Well, obviously I'll show you. But this is how it looks. Okay, so obviously I need to do the top lip as well, but just to show you the shade, I think it's buildable, or it is buildable, so like lighter, darker, it's up to you. And another reason I really like this lipstick is because like it kind of feels like a lip balm, like a nice lip balm. So it's not like, I don't know, super creamy or sticky or just funky feeling, and just it feels nice. Okay, so all I have next are my brows, so let me go get that. All right, and I have gotten my brow stuff, so time to do that. Okay, and that is my look for today. And as far as this palette goes, I like it. It's a pretty good palette. A lot more fallout than I was prepared for, but I don't think it takes away from the quality of the product. And for those that didn't see the Ipsy video I did showing where I got this, this is $25. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good for what you get. I would recommend it even. Alright, and I do believe that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!